Hello everyone. In this video, we will be sharing the experience of Mr. Amit Kumar Dubey, who has been placed as an associate engineer, flow simulation in Airbus. Before we listen to Amit, I would like to introduce him formally to our viewers. Amit is a final year MTech student in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at IIT Bombay. His MTech specialization is manufacturing engineering. For his MTech project, he is working on laser assisted machining of titanium alloy. During his MTech, he has also worked as a teaching assistant for the course ME119, that is Engineering Drawing Lab. Apart from academics, Amit has also worked as an interview coordinator for the Institute Placement Team 2019-20 at IIT Bombay. He completed his BTech in Mechanical Engineering from Mumbai University in 2017. Without further delay, I would request Amit to share his experience of getting placed in Airbus. Thank you, Amit. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for welcoming me, Sudhakar.
Yes, Amit. Amit, so we can begin with a brief introduction about the firm, like Airbus, obviously we know, but if you could tell us a bit about the company Airbus and the profile which you have been offered.
So currently, Airbus is in manufacturing of the commercial flights, then in the fighter jets and the helicopter manufacturing, and also in the satellite business also. So these are some of the area which Airbus covers currently, and relevant to my profile. My profile is basically about supply chain related thing. So I would be handling the flow simulation. I would be working on flow, like developing a flow simulation models of the process throughout the process. So if there is a production line, so I would be looking into that. I will be making the production line better, efficient. I will be making models for it related to it, and then I will be optimizing the entire flow simulation. So the product from one point to the another point. So I'll be managing the flow of that.
Okay, I see. Means at this point, we would like to know about your MTech specialization. Like in mechanical engineering, we have three different specializations: manufacturing, design, and thermal. And your specialization in manufacturing engineering, as far as I know. So, do you believe that your MTech specialization help you in your job?
So I'm not sure whether it directly helped me or not, but indirectly, yeah, I think my specialization helped me in some or the other way. And as my this particular job field was relevant to industrial engineering thing, so a knowledge of industrial subject also helped me a lot in this particular selection. So that I would be saying the industrial knowledge or the knowledge you have relevant to the production thing, that would be like more helpful during the interview process.
Yes. So, where did you get that industrial knowledge? Means, are you referring to some course or?
So yeah, in my bachelor's, yeah, in the mechanical specialization, you have a subject called industrial engineering.
Okay.
So the bit of the knowledge I had from there only, and I also in my semester one I did a course, a certification course on a Six Sigma Green Belt, and so that was the most of the thing I learned from. So the day before the interview, so I just tried out those things.
Okay. So you believe that the experience of industrial engineering that might have helped you. Okay. Yeah. So we can also talk a bit about other specializations. Like, what if other specializations, people like design and thermal, they want to join this profile? So, means how should they prepare, or what should be their strategy?
So if you want to prepare or go for this particular profile, so the production related relevant things, the questions were basically on the production line itself. So that would be like I will be telling in detail in the next part.
Yeah.
So that was basically relevant to production questions. So the questions they gave to me. So initially they started with some definitions, and then later on they moved on to some case studies. So the case study was entirely based on those production flow and how the material goes from one point to another point. How do we start and those relevant things.
Yes. Okay. So means production related knowledge people should have if they are planning to join this profile or profile of these type actually.
Mm.
Yes, Amit. Amit, so now we can again switch back to your placement experience. Like, we can talk about the steps which happened after signing the JAF. So, like, was there any test after signing the JAF, or what were the steps that happened actually?
There was one single test, a technical test. It was of around 25 questions, 1 hour test. So only one test was there before the interview thing.
Okay.
So it comprised of mostly of the technical questions. I remember some of the coding questions were also there, like MCQ type. So that like the 25 questions were there for overall for the test.
So 25 question, 1 hour time, and there were some odd, and all of the questions were MCQ, multiple choice questions. Okay, okay, yeah. So do you remember any like subject or any particular area from which those questions were covered, like the technical questions?
No, as in that specifically in that specific time domain. So as we had a lot of tests during
Yeah.
that duration, so like 2 tests or 1 test daily.
Yeah.
So I cannot recall a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So I'm not like sure which question was asked in which test.
Yeah, means any area like particular subject from which the questions were asked. Do you remember that subject? Maybe like some syllabus type.
Yeah, I think from industrial relevant some questions were there, I think. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And how about coding questions? Means were they some means you have to find the output type questions or some syntactical error questions?
It was like some snippets of code, so you have to complete part of the things.
Okay.
Some of things would be given, and then you have to do part of them.
Okay. And they were in C, C++, or which language was there?
I think it was some C++ or Python thing. Not sure very.
Okay. And what was the level of these questions? Means I am asking because suppose if people they will be also be preparing in the next placement season. So how should they prepare actually for these MCQs? How should they deal with?
So my preparation strategy was basically to study for if the thing is technical, then I would definitely go for the GATE syllabus. So I would read out the entire GATE syllabus for that. And if there is the coding part, then definitely your practice or your assignments would help you out, whatever the coding assignments you do during the different subjects or different assignments you do.
Yeah, yeah. So you believe that you means people should solve get previous year question papers for revision, or
I myself did not do that specifically, but as we already have cracked the gate and we
yeah.
have already practiced it, so what I did was I just had a short notes of those. So I just used to read all those questions or all those just the theory notes which I have already written in that. I just used to go through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess people who prepare for GATE seriously, they I guess they have these short notes, and those notes really become very helpful in the last minute revision actually. And yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, Amit. Amit, so we can talk a bit about the JAF description maybe. Like, do you remember the departments for which the JAF was open?
I think it was open for aerospace and industrial engineering and the mechanical.
Mechanical. And in mechanical, all of the specializations were allowed to sign the JAF. Means there was no restriction, right?
No restrictions.
Okay, okay. So after signing the JAF, everyone was allowed to appear for the test, or was there any resume shortlisting before the test?
No, I think no resume shortlisting were done. Nothing,
Okay.
no CPI criteria, nothing.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, I get it. Yeah, and okay, any CPI cutoff?
No.
Okay, no CPI cutoff. And the departments, aerospace, electrical, and industrial engineering, they were allowed to sign the JAF. And there was then this technical test where 25 questions were asked in 1 hour duration. Yes, yes, yeah. And then after this test, means, the company announced the list of students shortlisted for the interview.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, okay. Yes. Amit, so we will talk about your interview experience as we progress, but as of now, we can talk, some other aspects of your placement, or maybe for any student, those things really matter in case of MTech students mainly. Like we are bothered or we are really confused, or at least we are, we think a lot about our MTP. So how about your MTP? Like, did your MTP help you in your placements?
So actually, during the interview, they did not ask much questions on my MTP. They had their own set of questions prepared. Okay. So I would say not directly, but indirectly, the work which I had did in my MTP, the input I gave to them in like my MTP. So that helped me a lot. So I used to give presentations like weekly presentations, weekly meetings, and all those stuffs which I did. So that helped me improve my conversations things also and my knowledge about other aspects. So that helped me a lot. So there were no direct questions from my MTP. I think 1 or 2 questions was there, from my MTP, like what is this and what is this question, this particular thing about, and then they started with their own set of questions.
Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. So now we will talk about, resume we will talk about. So in your case, of course, you have prepared your resume very well. Means the way you have mentioned things in your resume are very impressive. Like you have mentioned your MTech project, your BTech project, then the course projects, everything you have mentioned, and you have also mentioned the certifications. So like, so you use two-page resume to sign the job of Airbus?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, how should one shape the resume? Like, given that you are from mechanical engineering, and people definitely from your department, they will be appearing for the placements in the upcoming season. So, what advice or what tips would you like to offer them for resume mainly?
So there was this idea inside, like mostly people think about, you have 5 different types of resume here.
Yeah.
So 3 would be like one-page resume. Actually, you can make any resume, but my idea was to make three resumes of single page and then 2 resumes of double page. So in 2-page resumes, I made 2 different things. One was completely technical. The another one was a mix of technical and some of analytics course projects also. So the combination of both. And then in my 1-page resumes, I had 2 resumes. Just the order was changed, and in that it had only just non-core thing. So non-core projects like data analytics and projects relevant to it. And in one of them, there was a bit of technical things. So that was also a single page. So these were all the different types of resume I made for my particular thing. And so I used my 2-page resume, which had a combination of all the technical projects and some of the non-core projects, because in this JAP they had mentioned the coding would be appreciable, and the analytics idea, the if you have some data analytics skills, that would be a plus point. So I used that resume.
Yes. Yeah. So Amit, we can talk a bit about something like your interest mainly. Like in case of mechanical engineering, or in fact any engineering department, people prefer for core than non-core. So what was in your case? Like were you inclined towards core only, or means how was your journey in fact?
So yeah, earlier my seniors used to advise us that you should also prepare for the non-core thing along with the core thing. So my idea was, so before even their advice, I also was very much open to working in both the relevant fields. So for the core and for the non-core. So I was basically, my idea was to just open for any opportunity that I get.
Okay.
So whether if I get the core opportunity, I will go for that also. If I get opportunity in a non-core field, definitely I would go for that also, because I had interest in both coding thing also and my technical things. So I had both interests.
Okay,
That's why.
okay. So what advice do you give to the MTech mechanical engineering students? Like should they be open for all, core, non-core, or any specific thing they should do?
First of all, they should follow their own passion, I would say, whatever their interests are. But in the second thing, I would say, if you have the interest in non-core thing, because this is kind of new thing nowadays. So people are very much into integrating these computers and other skills into other core business also. If you have an idea of this, that would be a plus point for you.
Yes.
Even if you are targeting for a core profile.
Yes, Amit. Amit, any particular tool like programming language or tool which you believe are required for core profiles? Like, yeah.
I saw some jabs in which the profile was core, but I think it was on one of the Japan's company. So they had in their test some coding questions relevant to. So in coding, mostly all the languages are allowed. So you can, if you have knowledge of C, C++, or Python, you can go for it. So at least a knowledge of one programming language that must be there with you. You should learn at least one language. So the test was there in like some Python language or something like that. So you have to give, even if you are targeting core profile, still you have to give that coding test.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
That is required.
Yeah. So apart from programming language, like any mechanical specific tools, which like suppose like that, I know that people from design engineering or simulation profiles, like so they learn some kind of tools specifically. So what tools did you learn for these type of core profiles?
So I did not learn any different tool which was required apart from my MTP. So the tool which I learned was relevant to my MTP only. So the basic tool which I was working on is Abacus. So I was working in Abacus and I had the knowledge of Abacus. In my bachelor's, I learned SolidWorks and I also had the knowledge of AutoCAD. So these are few like things, few softwares that I have knowledge of. I didn't targeted any like key. I should have the knowledge of this particular software or like that particular software for this particular job profile. So I didn't had this idea of like approach.
Yes. So I guess then we have covered the things which happened before the interview.